Okay, so what's up? What's up? What's up? All right. I was watching Martin last night. Okay, so I'm back with Sun in Scorpio, Mars in Sagittarius. Now, with this placement, I kind of feel like this is a pretty good placement. I kind of feel like it's a pretty good placement because of the simple fact that, you know, Sagittarius is the progressive mover. You know what I'm saying? Progressive. Sagittarians is not going to stay stuck and stagnant in any place too long, especially if they feel like that place that they're at is bringing them down. Okay, they're going to try to run. They're going to go head for the hills. The nearest exit, that's where they're going. And this can bring Scorpio out of a lot of its dark, complacent moods. This could be that Scorpio that will have something bad or harsh or, you know, that's just hurt them, you know, or just was a disappointment to them. It could take them, it doesn't make a Scorpio just like so quick to go necessarily forgive and forget, but it does make him or her able to move past things that happened from the past. The Scorpio with this placement may not really like to revisit the past at all. It's like, no, we need to move forward. That is really good. It's really good. The only thing is sometimes you have to be willing to look at what went wrong to understand how to make things right. Because without that displacement, you could just keep going, covering new grounds and coming across the same situations over and over again and not really getting that. You have to change. You have to change patterns. And even with that being said, it's going to be a lot that you know. Because remember, Sagittarius is like the go-getter, can move from place to place. Like, it'll have its focus, but it can move, it can spread itself thin. Okay? And that means that you can have your ultimate goal, your ultimate focus, but before you get there, you're like, no, I'm going to stop over here, I'm going to stop over there. And you want to take all the time in the world to do it, and you don't want anybody to stop you from doing that. The more they try to stop you, the more you're going to do it. It's really because you don't want to be trapped in, you don't want to be fixed in, you don't want your behavior to be controlled, you don't want your freedom to be taken. Okay? And you do whatever you need to do to maintain your freedom. Like, this could be someone that has multiple partners, sexual partners, or doesn't really want to commit to one person, or has relationships that are distant or overseas, or, you know, that doesn't, you know, you don't really commit too easily. My thing is, like, I think that with this placement, Scorpios, you have the ability to go wide and deep. You know what I'm saying? So for you, I think that your journey, or you venture out before you just settle with one person or one situation. You have to find the best. You know what I'm saying? Like the best of the best that represents you and who you are and what you believe in as far as a partner. Then when you get with them, you're able to go deeper. It's not necessarily about like having more at that point. It's about, okay, so how can we go deeper? And this is good for your Mars sign because you're able to take things deeper. It could be, so when you really do commit, you know, as long as that person has a variety, whether it's a variety of personalities, a variety of ambitions, you know, likes freedom herself or himself, and not really controlling, as long as that person has those aspects, you will be willing to commit more to that situation. Because a lot of times it's you don't really like your relationships to be defined, because you feel like that's when like the potential of the relationship starts going downhill. But you gotta understand, like, people look for that commitment, especially like that verbal commitment or that something that shows some type of commitment, is for the simple fact that they're also committing to you. You get what I'm saying? And they don't want to know that you're just gonna run off because it was like passion at first, and then it burned out because you lost your interest. And this is what you can do. You can be full on focused, obsessed, and then like as soon as a person loses your interest or they want more before you do, you can just be on to the next, and you can have a lot of flings or dealings with people on a secretive level or behind the scenes, and people don't even really know. I don't even want to say behind the scenes, but on a secretive level, because you could be traveling for work, but you could be seeing you traveling for work, but you could be seeing somebody else. You know, it's just, that's how it goes. You know, we're talking about Scorpio here. I feel like you're pretty sensitive, because you're sensitive about who you are and how you feel, but you're sensitive about what you do, because Sagittarians are sensitive. And because you're a Scorpio, you're going to put a lot of time in go into depths of how things work, and you know, is this partnership, is this relationship, or this person I'm interested in right for me? And then when you find out that it could be a possible disappointment, or they rejected you, because you probably have planned this, you calculated this, you get what I'm saying? And it's like, before you just took action, like you guys can take action too, or the sign of Sagittarius does, but with y'all being the sun sign Scorpio, you're not really likely to just be jumping up taking action on stuff that you're not sure about, because first of all, rejection, you're sensitive to that. Somebody turning you down or rejecting you, you could feel like, man, like I was so sure that this person was into me back. You will travel, you will like getting education, like if it's not a general education, it's spiritual education, having spiritual knowledge or having knowledge period from different sources. But you don't want just any knowledge. You want the top gurus, the top schools, you know, the best certifications. You know, you will travel to get top-notch knowledge, secretive information, you know, because you want the best, because you feel like the best, you shouldn't have to settle for nothing but the best. Even in like your accomplishments, what you're trying to achieve, like the house you get, the home you have, just, you know. And the reason why you love the to not really commit to just anything, any situation, and you value freedom, is because you value experience. We don't get experience a lot of the times without experiencing. You know what I'm saying? People can tell us about certain situations, but it's not the same like experiencing. And because a lot of experiences you have, you can take what you learned through your experiences and you can actually help other people. So you can actually be like a motivating speaker, someone who encourages other people, someone who pushes people to their best. And sometimes you need that too. Sometimes you need that partner that's going to motivate you and is going to say, no, don't you give up. Don't you give up. It's not the time. You know what I'm saying? You can do this. Especially when you get inside of like your little Scorpio moods, to where you kind of want to be left alone and you don't really want to be bothered, and you know, you're stuck in your little pattern. Someone that could come and say to you like, no, you've had your time. You could do this. You can't let this obstacle make you feel like you failed. So they can motivate you to get it back up again and keep moving. You're attracted to these type of people. You're attracted to like executive type people, people that's got some type of say, people that like the model types, or the ones that, if they're not model types, they're like the ones that you know, they just got it going on. They're just like boss material. You know, they are trendsetters, trailblazers, go-getters, accomplished. You know the importance more than anybody. I'm going to be around the people and have the associations that make me better, or that has the same type of desires that I have, because being around these people that ain't going nowhere is not gonna get me anywhere. They just gonna drag me down with them, you know. And you don't really stay hung up on anything too long, and you can seem like really insensitive for doing that. But you just feel like, what's the point? What's the point of living life limited? What's the point of living life in situations that ain't benefiting me? Like, what's the point? But when you do commit and you are down for somebody, you're really, really there because of your Scorpio sun sign. You could be attractive to like aggressive people, like people that pay you attention or go after you, that are interested in what you're interested in, or they want to know about what you do or what you're interested in, and that way, you know, you're getting your good dose of attention, you know, but you're going to be just as interested in like the person that you're attracted to. Like, did I say you like to travel? Because you really do. Like, if you don't, you might be interested in like a job or something like that, to where you could travel to different places, because you hate to be limited, and you hate for things to get dull. But you have to remember that in relationships and life, things are not going to always be motivating and exceptional all the time and exciting. You got to be willing to deal with your relationships and situations when things die down, like in order to like see them through, because that definitely matters. And you're able to like see the action, the motives of other people's actions, because you are like, you're experiencing, you are being true to your journey. It's important to you, right? But at the same time, it's like you can see the motives of someone else. So if you do say, hey, I want to go to the best guru, or I want to go to the best professor, the best schools, you know, whatever, and I will pay top-notch dollar for it, whatever the case may be. If you hear that person speak, or you go and you see them, you meet them in person, and then you notice like something is off, other people may not notice it, but you may notice like something is off with what they're doing. You're going to be like, oh no, see, I can't. It can completely turn you off from even believing in that one particular thing. And the thing about it is, like, you stay. This is the thing, because what people don't understand about Sagittarians, when they believe something, they really believe it. You know what I'm saying? So you can have a particular cause that you fight for, or that you are interested in, or that you want to do, you want to complete, and you will really be into that, and you can vouch for it. You'll try to get other people involved, but then if you lose, you can get bored kind of easy though. And if you feel like you learned everything you can through a particular experience that you're having, or through a particular whatever goal you're going after, whatever you're trying to pursue, then you will then want something else, you know, change jobs, move, you know. And I feel like this is a spiritual placement, because Sagittarius is spiritual. So, and you think about Mars, you attract these type of people, either spiritually or highly learned, educated, or likes that type of stuff. So yeah, I like, that's really interesting. You know, it's just that, like, for you, I honestly feel like it's just really, really important for you to get out of your own way sometimes. And other than that, I think it's pretty interesting. I think it's pretty good, because see, I'm not trying to dig too deep and go too dark, things of that nature. But I'll do that later, when I just cover without the sun signs, and I just cover like Mars and Sagittarius or whatever. This is good. This is good for Scorpio, because it can get you out of a particular mood, or from being stagnant, or you could face your fears easier, because you could be afraid of something, and then the Mars and Scorpio could be like, okay, no, on the count of 3 we jumping, 1, 2, 3, you know, very adventurous. And your Scorpio sun sign can give Sagittarius that empathetic edge, because as sensitive as Sagittarians are, they could be blunt, they could be harsh. So you're gonna understand how to emotionally tune into others and see how they feel. Okay, and that could put things to your advantage, because knowing and seeing how they feel, you can use stuff against them. But oh yeah, this, the reason why I say this is spiritual is because you can also be intuitive, you know, psychic inclinations, knowing stuff before it happens, things of that nature, going around giving prophecy. You know, some of you guys may shy away from that though. But all in all, cool placement. And yeah, this has been Sun and Scorpio, Mars and Sagittarius. I'll be back. Peace.